I just pressed the off button instead of the record button. It's been that long. Hello, welcome back to the attic with me, Lou. Yes, it's been a while. I've been busy, dude. I don't know about everyone else. I'm quite happy being a hermit, but this kind of like lockdown situation has actually forced me to be more sociable than I would be normally in times like this. Got quizzes coming out of my arsehole. I don't know if that's the phrase. I've got quizzes, lots of chats. And my phone is shit and it keeps running out of memory. People keep sending me memes and it keeps clogging my phone up. So now I'm not even having fun looking at the memes. Just trying to free up space on my phone. How's things been for you? How are you feeling? Shout out to Esme and Harry. They always send me reaction messages when they're watching these episodes and it really makes me laugh. You making me laugh by reacting to me making you laugh is a beautiful circle, and I'm glad that we can share that in these times. So yeah, I took a little break, mainly because I used up a lot of the scripts and concepts from when I was younger, which in hindsight are really funny. We can all laugh at how stupid they are and how funny my terrible drawings are, but the older I get, sadly, the more skilled I become when it comes to writing and drawing. So it doesn't actually, it's not very funny to look at, because it's just work. It's just work. That's not bad, but it's maybe not good. So maybe we'll leave that for a little while. Today is a little bit different, kind of in keeping with everything else that we've done so far. I've just been tidying my room a bit, giving it a good old dust as often as I can, because let me tell you, I got some shit in this room. There's more soot on these walls than at TGI Fridays. I am a collector of crap, if you hadn't guessed that already. I'm quite sentimental and I don't like throwing things away. So under my bed is where I keep my skeletons of former lovers. No, I'm joking. It's where I keep my old calendars from when I was younger. Actually, not just from when I was younger. It's all my calendars that I've ever owned, I think. So we're going to go through them. We're going to talk a little bit about them, the history behind them, so that you can get some context about where my creative mind came from and the shit that I was into when I was younger. 1996 was the first calendar that I've got in the archives. Yeah, I'm a Disney fan. This, of course, 1996, the year I was born. No, not really. It's not the year I was born. I'm old. No, I'm not old. Just older than you. Yeah, my favourite thing to do with calendars is to go straight to February, because that's my birthday month, and see what the picture is. We've got Chief Powhatan. Yeah, so I was into Disney. It's pretty self-explanatory. That's Pocahontas for ya. These are probably going to set me off. They're quite dusty. I gave them a good old wiping with a cloth, but there was a lot of dust, and I am allergic to dust. But here we are, nostalgia. That's what it's all about. So 1997, Toy Story. Again, Disney, Pixar. How groundbreaking was this film when it came out, dude? The hand-drawn Disney just isn't a thing anymore. The computer-generated film, that was amazing, and you were seeing something that you'd never seen before, and that was so cool. And now, it's all we know. Just like Woody had to accept Buzz as a man of the future, so did we, as an audience, have to accept the technology of the future. We were Woody. February, we've got Buzz. I mean, it could be worse, but I'm very much a Woody gal. 1998, we've got Hercules. I was so into Meg. She was so sassy. She still is. We keep in touch quite well. My mate Jojo made me this card recently. February, yes! I got Hades for my birthday. That's quite creepy, isn't it? But that speaks to me. Yeah, so I really loved Hercules. It's quite a divided film in my family. My mum isn't a fan. She doesn't like the artwork, as it were. I loved it. I thought it was wacky. I used to have the PS1 game, the Hercules PS1 game. Loved that so much, but it was one of those games where if you kept dying, it was really frustrating to the point where it would haunt my dreams. All Saints. I really liked All Saints at the time. I couldn't tell you their names right now. So February, I've got Shaznay. I know her. Yeah, I have their first album, or at least the album that had I Know Where It's At and Under the Bridge. What was the famous one they did though? Never ever have I ever felt. Oh, yeah, I had that album on cassette. She's wearing a t-shirt with a dog on it, with a collar, and she's wearing a collar that connects by a chain to the dog's collar. Is that genius? Or is that weird? I'm just a woken yo-do. 2000, we've got The Simpsons. We were raised on The Simpsons. Me and my siblings, we love The Simpsons. It used to be really friggin' funny. I don't watch it anymore. I mean, I watch reruns of the old ones, but I think around like series 12 or 13 or something like that. That's kind of around the time that I started losing track and started losing interest. Sorry, my mum just texted me to tell me that there's a cup of tea downstairs for me. So then we move up, 2001, Betty Boop. I've got a Betty Boop pin-up style calendar, because who doesn't love a sexy cartoon? This was February. There she is. She's got her gams out. I loved Betty Boop. I went through a huge Betty Boop phase, collected a lot of memorabilia. Oh my god, look at that! I want that. I want that outfit. I think I'd seen her on Who Framed Roger Rabbit and I thought she was really cool, and then kind of the obsession escalated from there. 2002, we've got Destiny's Child. I loved Destiny's Child. I think I got into them around the same time as Charlie's Angels, probably because they made the song for Charlie's Angels and they were on the album, and then I did a bit more research. I had their CDs. Me and my friend Badge still listen to them and sing their songs a lot. I bought the single Bootylicious from HMV and I'd listen to it on repeat in my room. I used to mime along to what I thought the words were, but this says a lot about a person. I knew I wasn't a Beyonce, I knew I wasn't a Kelly, so I assigned myself the role of Michelle. And no, I wasn't performing this with other people, this was me performing it by myself, but I knew my place. I was Michelle. So I'd stand in the background in my imagination, letting the other two imaginary people sing ahead of me, and then when it came to my little bit towards the end, that's when I'd do my little contribution to the song. But I knew I wasn't the leading lady. That's me. That's me. I'm a Michelle. Always have. Always will be. To be fair though, Michelle was always my favourite. So, say what you will. Love me some Michelle. Let's see, was she... No, I got Queen Bee on February. This is an interesting one. So, 2003, we've got Brad Pitt. If that don't put the Pitt in Brad Pitt, to Brad Pitt to quit, pit me with your best shot, when the pit hits the fan. Billy came up with that one. Thanks, Bill. February. I mean, that's him looking very Meet Joe Black, pretty boy, which is nice, but I think I always preferred him when he was a bit mangy. You know, like Fight Club, Tyler Durden, Brad, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. When you've got Brad Pitt on your calendar, every day's your birthday, you know what I'm saying? My nan got this for me, as she got all the other ones. Great taste. I love him. I think he's great. And I genuinely don't care what anyone says. I personally really enjoyed Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I could have thrown in an extra hour just driving around in a car with Brad Pitt, because that shit is entertaining. And if you think it was boring, fine. I didn't. I like boring things, maybe. Okay, so 2004, of course. Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, Part 2. And guess who was on February? How do you actually say that? We had Drew. That probably made my life. I watched Charlie's Angels Full Throttle at the cinema. I was of age to watch that one when it came out. Did I love it? You bet your ass I did. Of course I loved it. What's not to love? And then from here on we get quite predictable. We've got 2005, we've got The Friends. The Friends, I was going to say The Friends calendar, I don't think the show's called The Friends. 2006, we've got Friends. 2007, we've got Friends. I think once you find something you like, sometimes it's just good to stick with it. You know, it might be predictable, but if it works for you, then it works. Stick with your friends. Everyone is the same shade. 2008, We've got Nightmare. I was going to say Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare Before Christmas. I loved Tim Burton at the time. He was probably my favourite director at the time. Or Robert Rodriguez, I'm not sure. Yeah, Tim Burton would have been my favourite director at that time. And I had all of his films. And I just loved him. I loved his style. I loved the fact that he was being creepy, but also beautiful. So yeah, I got that 2008. I also got this probably from my mum. These two things sum me up quite well. Creepy weird things and cute puppy dogs. That's kind of my life. One year me and my bro decided to watch The Nightmare Before Christmas in Italian, because I think on the DVD you can watch it in Italian or German as well as in English, and we kind of wanted to hear what the song sounded like, so we watched the whole thing in Italian, and it's kind of better, I would say. I don't speak a lick of Italian, but let me tell you, those songs sound great. Next Christmas, don't watch your beloved The Nightmare Before Christmas. Watch it in Italian. Shake it up, change it up, be different. Live in the now. Again, okay, 2009, we're back to Friends. We're back to the Friends. And then we've got a pause. That's because from 2009 to 2012, I was at university and I was too busy getting drunk and having fun and being sociable and studying. I didn't have calendars in my room. So jump forward to 2013. My mate Jojo got me a New York calendar. I think it was Jojo, correct me if I'm wrong. But she got this for my birthday because I was gonna study in New York, which I did. Oh, crikey. What's going on here? What do we have on February? Grand Central. Lovely stuff. Yeah, I studied in New York for 2 years. Trained to become an actor. And again, jump forward 2 years. This was a hand-me-down from my mother, because I didn't have a calendar when I came home, and then I had to work and I needed to keep track of what I was doing, so my wonderful mother gave me this. And I also do love... Sorry, I'm distracted. Is this Art Nouveau? Is that Art Nouveau? I would say Art Nouveau, whatever it is. I like the twirly swirly material and hair. Is it Mucha? 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 I've always said Mucha, but it just sounds like Minnie the Moocher. Then I started buying calendars for myself. So I went through the Cult Attack phase. We've got Cult Attack, like horror film and Pulp Fiction covers, things like that. Doesn't this guy look just like... This is my favourite poster. The film itself is really not very good, but the poster, I just love everything about it. And when I made my short film Penny, it was about a lady who ate human men. I had to have that poster up in her room when we filmed it because I thought it was very appropriate. 2018, more Cult Attack. Again, Disney, vintage horror, vintage Disney. They're not a million worlds apart, really, are they? I love me some Disney. Mainly classic Disney. I'm not down with the kids. I'm not a huge Frozen person. I'm one of the freaks that liked the second Frozen more than the first one, but the first one left me cold. No. Before you ask, no, I don't have Disney Plus. I think because I've got so many of the DVDs and the videos, and I have all the Marvel films. Yeah, I want to watch The Mandalorian, but I don't want to sign my life away to another subscription. Yeah, Big Lebowski. What do I need to say? The Coen brothers might be my favourite directors, writers, etc. I just like their sense of humour. That kind of dark sense of humour. I like the fact that everything and nothing happens in their films. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And at the moment I've got like a film noir-y poster calendar. So there's a lot of Lauren Bacall on it, which is mainly why I picked it. I think I like the fact that with a calendar it's kind of like you're committed to liking this thing for the rest of the year. So if it's just a fad thing and you happen to be in it at the end of December or the beginning of January, like you have to be committed to like that thing through to the end of the year, otherwise you've got it on your wall plaguing you, and I can't commit to now. At least I can commit to my calendars. I did also find this under my bed, which is a kind of a program from the screening of Pocahontas that we went to see at the Odeon Cinema in London. And it's just like a little cute book. It gives you like a few pictures and things like that. It also gives you the lyrics to The Colours of the Wind, in case you didn't know them already. Little character drawings and bios. It's really cool. We did have Lion King ones somewhere as well, but I don't know where they are. Did you know that Pocahontas meant little mischief? Because I didn't. There you go, you learn something new every day. So there you go, that's a glimpse into my life. This is my mug. Keep calm and carry on, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna have a rummage at some point through my box of old books and papers. Books and papers? Books and papers? What's that from? If you know that reference, let me know. But yeah, I will have a rummage through the books and papers and have a look if there's anything entertaining in there. See if I can find any more nuggets of joy for everyone. This was just an excuse to touch base and say hello and to wash myself and look presentable. I have to... It's Drew Barrymore.
Please leave me alone.
Thank you for your time.